Okay. Okay. Well, and good evening, everyone. Or good morning, or good afternoon. Frickin' time zones making everything complicated. More complicated than it has to be. Alright, anyway. Good whatever time. Whatever place, and so on and so forth. Let's move on. So I have a whopping 200 adventures today, which I believe is the limit. And my bladder and belly and everything are all empty, so we got that going for us too. Alright. So, Spooky Waven Manor. We were running around trying to get the kids all in, apparently, the lab. So I gotta get all three of them, and there's no clues in-game that was telling me that's what I was supposed to do with them, but whatever, it's fine. I just need to scoop all three of them up and dump them in here. How hard can that be, really? So, we'll just bop along. Bipping and a bopping through this place. Did I already chase all of them out of this room? Or, oh, here we are. The Weeping and the Chubby. Okay. Alright. So you want food, and you want the poppet, so I show the rocking horse. The chubby ghost storms out, but what about the weeping ghost? It's fine. I can only move them one at a time. Oh, what's this? A frat orc griller. You know how they say the best things in life are free, brah? Well, I've got a beer in one hand and a bratwurst in the other that says that sometimes that ain't true. Yeah, it's a commercial. I know. People like beers with bratwursts for some reason. Oh, bratwursts are cool, but not really a... Oh, okay, here we go. The Weeping Ghost. Last one. Okay, here you go. Rocking... Why didn't it run? Crap. I need to know not what toy it likes. I need to figure out what toy each one hates. Ah, okay, now I understand fully. So, the Jack in the Box. There we go. Really hates that toy. Okay, so that puts them all in the haunted storeroom. Hey, Buster, how's it going? Now I have to chase all three of you into the next room. Level 10. I just hit level 10. Okay. Oh. Alright. An ancient grandfather clock wheezes to life somewhere in the manor. That's gotta be a thing. I'm gonna have to research this, or search back through this manor, because I've never seen the grandfather clock. Well, maybe it'll be something that'll unlock when I finish with these kids. It begins to strike the hour. The reverberations of each tremendous bong shake loose dust from the rafters and send mites and bats scurrying and flying away. Not even the hippie camp has bongs this enormous and deafening. There's got to be something about this 13th hour thing. Something in this mansion has to interact with that somehow. You count 12 bells, and just as you're about to relax, it's the 13th bong, even more bone-rattling than the previous 12. As if on cue, when the clock strikes 13, all the lights go out, leaving you stranded in the dark. After a few seconds, you can faintly make out the outlines of sheet-shrouded furniture and boxes full of moldering knickknacks. You know, you'd think by now I'd think to bring a flashlight with me. The only faint light comes from the full moon shining outside the window, which is weird. There's only one moon, and it's really, really big. Well, I mean, opening a chest, but Oh, look at that moon. Because why do you draw attention to it? You carefully tiptoe to through the room and look out the window. The landscape out there doesn't look like anything you've seen in Loathing. There are strange stars in the sky. You don't recognize any of the familiar constellations. Nothing you see up there has a slight naughty double entendre for a name. You see a little courtyard with a clothesline stretched across it and a stooped figure hanging white cloth with mysterious stains on it. The figure turns from its labor and looks at you. It's a woman, impossibly wizened and ancient. She addresses you in a querulous, quavering voice. I'm on the 3rd floor. I don't know what her little ladyship has been playing in, but these stains just won't come out, she says, regarding you with rheumatic, cataract-filled eyes. I don't think rheumy is a word, and it doesn't sound like, yeah. I told his lordship, I told him, if old Agnes doesn't get a stain out, your lordship, ain't no power on earth as can get it out. But he just ordered me to go back to the laundry room and try again, he did. Agnes's eyes suddenly fill with the darkness until they're pupilless, inky black. But ain't no one can get a stain out like old Agnes, she screeches and disappears, leaving the laundry flapping in the moonlight. Holy crap, that was weird. I bet I can make stains you can't get out. I'm a powerful sorcerer. I have never heard of Bless Online, but it sounds like an MMO. I'm not doing MMOs at the moment, but I had to make rules for myself with those so as not to get sucked in for all eternity. Alright, all 3 ghosts are here. We'll start with the Poppet. The giggling ghost. She really hates that thing. Yep. Anyway, we'll get through the whole set real fast here. Well, I'm just going to start blasting you with the good spells. Rocking Horse. You know, you could always pull out all 3 toys at once instead of doing this one at a time garbage. I think this is going to eat up. Okay, there we go. So it ate up 30 adventures. More than that, because I have to find them here now, apparently. If this doesn't work, I'm just gonna storm out of the mansion in a huff. Enter the lab and see all 3 ghost babies flitting around inside a large jar on the shelf. But why would they do that? They can fly through walls, they can't fly through jars? Oh, okay, ghost-resistant glass. Oh, okay. Here you go, babies in a jar. Lady Spooky Raven takes the jar of babies and coos softly to it. Thank you. I think that's everything. I can leave now. What crazy shit happened in this mansion that caused all these babies to die? You know what? I don't want to know. Never mind. Are you sure you don't have one more piece of unfinished business, you counter, holding your hand out like the world's least subtle maitre d'? Of course. Thank you for your help. Please take this. It's not much, but I hope it's a useful and balanced reward for a quest of this level. I mean an appropriate thank you for your help. It's a baby bottle. Usable. This is the ectoplasmic remains of a bottle of baby formula, long since dead and evaporated, or perhaps having been consumed by a baby. Why do I want this? What is this for? Okay. I've never played Minecraft, and have no plans at this time, and I don't know what your server is, so it shouldn't be too hard for me to avoid swearing on it. Huh. Alright, so I think I've spent enough time on this floor. What am I supposed to do with a bottle of ghostly baby? I wanted to spend a little more time in the gallery. Actually, I could probably spend more time on all of this. I didn't do much in the conservatory. I don't see... Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm not up on my memes. Are we still using all your base? That was a good meme. That's current with the kiddies, right? Hip. Yeah, that's the word, hip. See, did I even spend enough time in the... I actually spent a lot of time in the billiard room. I don't remember if I spent a bunch of time in the pantry, or the library. I did a bunch in the pantry. Did I ever do much in the kitchen? Let's start with the... There's something about 13 hours and something about a grandfather clock. I'm going to allocate 10 adventures per room I don't feel like I explored thoroughly. So, we're going to start with this. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a shame that lower level areas you don't get free lower discount adventures. Yes, I read some of these, but not all of them. Let me see. Ancient, Forbidden, Unspeakable Evil. A love story. The Better Haunted Homes and Conservatories Cookbook. Conservatories. Rise of the House of Spooky Raven. I actually would like a cookbook. I'm a sorcerer. A papaya taco. Okay. Alright, new goal. I want to read all the books in the library. Sad banshee librarians. They can't scream. I mean, they could, but it's a library. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Alright, let's try a love story. Oh my gosh, do I only get to read one chapter? You crack the tome of Ancient, Forbidden, Unspeakable Evil. Which particular flavor are you looking for? Tuesdays, with abhorrent feeds. The nether planes on 350 meat a day. Twisted, curdled, corrupt energy, and you. As far as the book is written in a language so ancient, so forbidden, so unspeakable, and so evil that you can't make heads or tails of it. When you try, it just sort of hurts your brain. Well, at least it didn't drive me mad. I am digging around in tomes of forbidden lore, aren't I? Ancient, forbidden, unspeakable yoga. A beginner's guide. This is a different... To serve man delicious cocktails. I should read their rise and fall. That's where any real things are going to be. And this book is long. Which part do you want to read? Things get weirder, of course. Can't I read the whole book? Man, my attention span is too short. As Lord Spooky Raven retreated further and further into a study of ancient, forbidden, unspeakable evil, his business fell into disrepair and soon closed down, having completely alienated himself from his wife. He is at this time reported to have taken several hundred mistresses. Oh, that's just rumor. Can you prove that he did that? That he was capable of such a feat? Some scholars believe this infidelity was the result of the ancient, forbidden, unspeakable evil slowly corrupting his sanity. Others believe he was simply left directionless and bored after the dissolution of his business. Most of them just want to know how he managed to pull it off, because most scholars are actually really tired of hanging out alone in libraries. His wife's response to his transgressions was unexpected. She didn't confront him, spiral into depression, or move back with her mother. Instead, she began to collect nightstands. Her collection grew so large that it is said to have displaced every bit of furniture in the manor's enormous bedroom, including the bed. Okay. Alright. Yeah, no, I think if there's any secrets about this house, it's gonna be... You grab a book at random off the shelf. Oh my gosh, how many random books are there, I wonder? And move close to the window where there's enough moonlight to read it. It's called A Proper Stocking Lengths and Patterns for Proper Ladies. I mean, it's pretty quaint, with its ideas of appropriate dress. It is pretty curious that someone would write an entire book on the subject, but in practice, the whole thing is pretty dry and boring. You place the book on your shelf. A voice hisses in your ear, "The book is upside down." You yelp, and the voice says, "Shh." You put the book the right way around. Thankfully, at this point, the lights come back on, revealing that you're alone in the room. Lord Spooky Raven's children, Stephen and Elizabeth, like their mother, had some difficulty dealing with their father's descent into madness and philandering. Stephen had inherited his father's love of rare animals and began to collect pets compulsively, though a handful of historians believe he was unusually cruel to them. Unusually? Oh yes, this isn't the usual level of cruelty. This is an unusual level of cruelty. It is more commonly believed that he simply had a knack for adopting incredibly unlucky animals. Whatever the reason, Spooky Raven Manor soon had one of the finest pet cemeteries Seaside Town had ever seen. Elizabeth cared for neither animals nor books, and instead focused her obsession on the collection of works of fine art. She built up an impressive collection in the manor's gallery, but that collection was lost to her when one of Stephen's pet alligators swallowed the gallery key. And how did I get in? Oh well. So Elizabeth has the gallery. Stephen has the cemetery, the pet cemetery. Was any of this important to figuring out what? I feel like this place is teasing that I have to figure out a mystery. I'm kind of surprised I ended up with baby formula. Oh, alright, now it's time for the rise. Reading everything out of order, whatever. This chapter tells the story of young Lord Spooky Raven's arrival by boat in Seaside Town. Some sources he came from distant lands. Others claim he hailed from parts unknown. All of the sources agree on one thing. He was really, really creepy, and his creepiness was only eclipsed by his eccentricity. He spent the first few years in Seaside Town living in a series of squalid apartments, attempting, unsuccessfully, to make his fortune. He eventually discovered that he had a knack both for dealing in rare books and for grooming animals, and he consequently opened Spooky Raven's hard-to-find bookstore and hard-to-wash pet salon on the right side of the tracks. Of course. Buying books and scrubbing down animals. Of course those would go together. History is fun! Elevated by the success of his bookstore and pet salon, Lord Spooky Raven became a pillar of the Seaside Town community. A pillar that was composed mostly of huge piles of meat. Having achieved both popularity and wealth, he began to cast about for the one thing missing from his life: love. I thought from the goblins we learned that the currency used to be beans before there was inflation, because presumably people figured out that you could grow beans. And this manor was built a long time ago, whereas the goblin bean counter is still alive, unless goblins are an extremely long-lived species. And I'm overthinking this. The game probably doesn't give a shit about its lore, does it? Oh well, I just want internal consistency, that's all. Is that too much to ask? In a nightclub on the wrong side of the tracks, he met Lady Spooky Raven. Was that her name when he met her? Well, I see. That makes it fairly easy. Oh, you're Lady Spooky. Oh, wow. Well, settled. We're a matching pair then. They took the... Oh my gosh. They took the astonishing coincidence of their names to be an unmistakable sign that they should marry. And not that they were brother and sister. Long lost, or otherwise. No, I can't believe that they actually... Wow. Okay. You know, actually, for a common name like Smith or Jones, two people could totally meet who are unrelated, who have the same last name. I never actually thought of that before, but that must happen all the time. You meet, your name is Smith, you meet another person whose name is Smith. Huh. Oh well. Lord Spooky Raven then leveraged his considerable fortunes to build the finest mansion Seaside Town had ever seen, a sprawling 8-room edifice he named Spooky Raven Manor. The pitter-patter of little feet was soon to follow, as Lord Spooky Raven sired 2 children, Stephen and Elizabeth. Alright, got the jump on the writing desk. I literally don't have to worry about paltry things like mana or hit points. Sorry, your library is covered in sauce stains now. That's what you get for inviting a sorcerer over to your house. You should have known better. Sorcerers are terrible. They just walk around blasting random objects in your house. Books, desks, whatever, and they always claim that the desk shot first. Disgraceful behavior. My goodness. Come on, I want to read the last chapters of The Rise and Fall, and then we'll move on. Any second now. Maybe now? Maybe now? Oh my gosh. Come on, I burned entirely too many of my extra adventures. Oh. Alright, we just need the last chapter of The Fall, which is probably going to be the important one. As the earnings from Lord Spooky Raven's bookstore and pet salon increased, so did the size and depth of his personal collection of books. Historians believe that Lord Spooky Raven stumbled upon his first text of ancient forbidden unspeakable evil by accident. But all agreed that once he got a taste of it, it fit him like a glove. Historians then apologized for mixing food and clothing metaphors. By the time Steve and Elizabeth were 5 years old, Lord Spooky Raven had become more and more reclusive and distant from his family, spending nearly all his time in the library, poring over ancient tomes. Pouring what over ancient tomes? Pouring sauces over them like me? Should I keep pondering quaint and curious? Let's try a candle. We go up towards one of the decorative sconces on the wall and pull out an unlit taper. And before you get some really weird mental images, a taper is a kind of horse-elephant-looking animal. And a taper is a candle. Yeah, they're weird looking. You ever see any pictures of them? They have like kind of a trunk, but it's short. I can't describe it. Like just look it up. Ask Google. They're an interesting animal. That's, I guess, as good a description as any over there. Anyway, well, you can strike a match or summon a tiny fireball. A heavily accented voice says, "Put the candle back." Huh? Put the candle Beck! Honestly, this is a library. You can't have fire in here. Are you trying to get banned for life? I wouldn't necessarily be banned for life. Just, I mean, you know, it'd be like in, it'd be like in The Name of the Wind. I'd just be banned for a long time. You put the candle back in the sconce, and the lights flicker back on before you leave, before you accidentally offend any more spirits. No, I don't. I blast spirits with sauce. I don't care if they're offended by it. What care I for the offense of the dead? Okay, come on. Give me the last one. No, that's rise. I need fall. Huh. Apparently, the author of this book used to spend his Tuesday afternoons talking to retired nether fiends. Turns out he was onto something. If you want to know forbidden secrets of the dark and sinister nature of the universe, these guys are really the guys to talk to. Nether fiends. Never tried it. I'll try dialing a few up tonight, then. I wonder if they're listed in the phone book. I wonder if phone books are still a thing. Last days. Alright, here we go. So I've read them all with this one. Is it going to give me a special event after this now? Little is known about the last days of the Spooky Raven family. The folk of Seaside Town noticed that Lord Spooky Raven hadn't been seen in public for several days, which led them to realize that they hadn't seen the rest of the family lately either, for that matter. No sign of the family members was ever seen again, and Spooky Raven Manor gradually became dilapidated. Rumors that the family was sucked into some sort of other-dimensional portal accidentally opened by Lord Spooky Raven are usually dismissed as either poppycock or balderdash, though some more modern scholars have begun to believe that they might, in fact, be either hogwash or tommyrot. Tommyrot? That's a new one. Or an old-timey one that I just haven't heard of, as the case may be. Huh. You know what we need? From the descriptions here, we need a couple highwaymen and a couple antiquarians to come through this place. Alright, do you think it's going to give me a special event here? Or maybe someplace else? I've read them all now. Surely that must mean something, right? I mean, I haven't eaten anything yet, but I'm starting to really resent the loss of adventures. Come on. I don't think it's going to give me a special. No. Okay, fine, whatever. This chapter teaches you how to open portals into the nether planes, which it claims are a great vacation spot if you're completely tainted by evil. Unfortunately, you accidentally open such a portal by absent-mindedly reading one of the pages out loud. Fortunately, this particular portal opens in the middle of a dance party. You have a few hors d'oeuvres, make some small talk, and pick up some killer dance moves from some of the drunken demons before stepping back through the portal into the library. That went way better than it should have. Alright, we haven't really done... There might be more of the kitchen. We should do the conservatory. I spent some time out here, but there was never any reason to come here. I don't know. Think there's gonna be an old lady with her linens she's trying to clean out here? I don't think I've seen this one before. No, wait, I did see this one before. Hit it with a sauce storm. Got a good amount of junk items here. I don't know, maybe there's... Aha! A pellet of plant food. You manage to find the gardener's shed in the conservatory. You rummage through some old decaying stacks until you find a pellet of old-fashioned plant food that Dakota was looking for. Oh, hey, look at that. A pellet of old-fashioned plant food, the kind they don't manufacture anymore, because it's too dangerous to the humans at the factory, not for the plants. It's awesome for the plants. Huh? Oh, that's cool. I know where the needle is. I'm not sure where a fallen archfiend is. Oh. No, not right now. No, not right now. We're gonna do all these other things, but just not this particular moment. Alright. I want to finish up the spooky raven. So that was the conservative. I know I spent some time in the kitchen, but I don't know how much it was. We'll give it a little bit. A little bit. Then maybe we'll do the art. Stupid demonic ice boxes. Zombie chefs. I remember these guys. Let's see. Yeah, I think I tried that last time. The lights go out thing has to be, there has to be some reason for that. Good place to find good bean burritos and other food items, though. Can't argue with that. Scullery maids. I'll go down to 60 and then I'll go to the next area. I don't think there's anything much here. Alright, we go. Okay, I did want to do the rest of that stairway crazy maze, see if there's anything in there. I didn't spend much time in any of these rooms. I think I spent the least time in the ballroom. I was here a fair amount. Then I got these. Well, this one I remember taking a little bit of time. I think I did this room pretty thoroughly, actually. I'm pretty sure. Not sure about the bathroom. Let's start with this. Zombie waltzers. A top dancing skeleton. Floating hors d'oeuvres. These hors d'oeuvres are not tasting, are too bland. They need sauce! As do the skeletons. It's weird that it does both ice and fire damage, but it solves everything. Nothing? There's nothing here, is there? Really? I mean, I guess there didn't need to be anything in the ballroom. I'm gonna have to start eating soon. Oh, wait, this is new. Oh, wow, we got 4 choices. I spent entirely too many, but it's random. It's RNG, so... I might have just been unlucky. Up till now. In dusty court of the haunted ballroom, you see a disturbing sight. 4 ghostly figures hanging from ghostly nooses from a non-ghostly chandelier. Looking more closely, you see that the strung-up figures are holding stringed instruments. 2 violins, a viola, and a cello. How ghoulishly appropriate. The figure of the lead suddenly looks at you, eyebrows raised. He's evidently waiting for instructions. What do you tell him? Play La Cucha... that thing. I can't... La Cucha... Whatever, you know the song. No, wait. Do you play J-pop? My quartet begins to play a lively, saucy song. Well, there we go. Saucy. That's for us. A classical version of a mosh pit breaks out in the ballroom. Does that change the encounters? Any? Does that do anything? What do the other options do? It's a classic mosh pit. Punch bowl or organ? Well, I mean, if there's some organs lying around, we should probably scoop them up and put them back in who they belong to, right? Now that the creepy organ player's gone, you can finally sit down and have a go. Creepy organ player? I don't remember creepy organ player. You pull out some stops and play a few chords. A ghostly voice whispers in your ear, "What do you get when you squash a B with a violin?" A B flat. A B flat! Ha 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 ha! Yeah, okay. Oh, great. It's one of the Witztergeists you've heard about. These disembodied spirits who tell terrible jokes. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to diminish you by playing. Just augment it. How can you even hit the right keys in the dark like that? You must be C sharp. You push away from the piano and leave before he starts in on that joke about the A, C, and E who walked into the bar. Okay. So there's at least one more choice in the darkness, but I might have done that before. 2 more song choices. We're gonna eat soon, and then I'll probably go someplace else. Probably nothing from any of these. I do kind of want to do the art maze again, though. Is it just me, or is my mysticality? Oh, my brain was half eaten. You're either way worse at math or way worse at poetry, depending on which half it is. I'm running low on some of my buffs. Oh noes! Alright. What's this now? I was about to reach over to the hotkeys and just start hitting 4 on the keyboard so I could spam them faster. You walk into the empty ballroom, looking around for something interesting to loot or fight, but not finding anything. Maybe I should spend more time in each room. Good grief. How many events have I missed? You're searching behind the curtain when you suddenly hear a riot of activity on one end of the room. You peek out to see what's going on. In the shadows of the north end of the room, you hear music coming from a gigantic pipe organ. It's a lively but depressing tune, apparently being played for the benefit of the lively but depressing pairs of zombies who appeared on the dance floor. Nobody seems to have noticed you yet. What would you like to do? Mostly, I'm trying to wrap my hand around lively but depressing. It's kind of hard for me to fathom a tune that manages to be both. Pay no attention to the stuff in front of the curtain. Does that mean going behind the curtain and looking for the man? Would I gain moxie by watching? Let's investigate the organ. You fight a ghastly organist. I already played the organ once when you weren't around. In the haunted ballroom, you approach a strange figure playing an enormous pipe organ. As you near him, he whirls to face you, and you see why he elected to play the organ instead of some instrument that requires you to be good-looking in order to play it. Assuming that there was such an instrument, of course, which there isn't, but still. His hideously disfigured face is half covered by some kind of mask. Is it the Phantom of the Opera? Which barely fails to conceal a rictus of hatred, which his features contort as he readies himself for battle. With you, just in case you were wondering who he was about to fight, given the overall level of awkwardness of that sentence. I didn't get anything special for beating him. He's a hidden enemy, with all that description, and he doesn't drop anything? He doesn't drop anything? Yeah, I'm about ready to give up on this whole place. Good grief. Maybe I'll come back at some later date, after I've explored everything else, to do the art studio again. Did I just do 644 damage? Holy crap. I wasn't even counting the frost damage. Okay, we're just about done here. Alright, I was going to reach over here and start hitting these. Let's see. 4. Oh, that's a little bit. Okay. If I wonder what the others do. A mellow, relaxing tune. The cello is and violin decorated with like a pair of over. Yeah, okay. You know what? I want to see if that changes anything. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, this is gonna be crap, right? Decent? Really? You think those are decent? Alright, we got 10 more adventures. Did anything change because I changed the music? No, it's still hors d'oeuvres. Oh my gosh. Check out the punch bowl. Reaching the thumb. Let's see. You cross the vast, empty dance floor to the hors d'oeuvres table. Somewhat proud of yourself for spelling that difficult word correctly. You reach the punch bowl and dip in the label, but it clinks against empty glass. You could swear this thing was full when the lights were on. What happened? Then the lights are back on, and once again the punch bowl looks full. You stick in the label again, but it clinks against the glass. What is this? The ghost of a bowl full of punch? Man, the supernatural is weird. You decided you have enough for today. Alright, we're done here. Let's go someplace else. Let's do our daily quest. Hold on. First, we got to decide what we're doing. Okay, can't eat this just yet. We're almost there, though. I could eat a... Oh, man, I want to dive into the greater dungeon. That's what I want to do. Ooh, you know what? I forgot. Let's get the milk. Okay, we're going to do this thing proper, like... Milk of magnesium, first of all. Okay. Then we go back to consumables. Okay. You know what? I think I might just eat acceptable bagels. They're acceptable. I mean, 12 adventures a shot? It's not bad at all. I am too full to eat. I mean, I suppose I could have eaten other things, but, you know, like some of these awesome burritos. Mousse chocolate, size 3. Because they come from the lands of Canada, where the rivers run brown with maple syrup, moose are notorious for their sweet tooth. When you grind up their teeth and add some cocoa powder, you get mousse chocolate. Sheet cake, size 15? Apparently whoever made this cake read the wrong recipe and baked it in a full-sized bed sheet instead of a cookie sheet. It's a really big cake is what I'm saying. How did in the world did you fit that in an oven? I just need something with a serving size of 1. Here we go. We'll eat caviar. Whatever, it's fine. Okay, great. Now we get to the boozes. What else we got? Roll in the hay. Those are good. 13 adventures. Yeah. Pink pony? Sure, why not? How much is that painting of a glass of wine? The paint used to depict the wine part was made with real wine, though, so you can drink it. $59 cheekiness for it. Alright, we can only drink 2 more. Nope, that would put me over. That would put me over. What do we got? Margarita? Nope. Plain old beers could do that. Oh, here we go. A Mount Noob Ale. Alright, well, fine, whatever. Okay, now we go down here. No, that just heals me. Oh, wait, here we are. Okay, the Funk. Epic. Toxicity 1. It's a literal vial of funk in liquid form. I mean, that's nice and all, but I need... Try suntan lotion? Cheekiness. Haunted battery. Epic. Synthetic marrow. Sir John Henry taught us that machines are stronger than man. It stands to reason that the stuff that goes inside the bones of a machine will make it stronger if you eat it. What? Well, it was a muscle point. Yo! They're a thing of the past. Oh, I see. Yeah, sure, I'd love a fairy tale. You have something that produces those, eh? So I think I'm done with Spooky Raven. I read all the books. I finished the ghosts up top. I think I'm ready to move on. I wandered around through most of the rooms. I think I've had enough of the place. I've got more scrumptious reagents. Fancy cooking ingredients. I should probably consider buying some upgrades there. We could do the deep fat fryers. We could try the mysterious island of mystery. Still nothing there. Still don't know what to do here. You know what? I think I will do Hippie Island. Why not? Oh, I don't know. Let's try the pirates. The Beached Boys. At the end of the pier, you encounter a group of pirates on a smallish pirate ship. They're all pulling on a rope, but can't seem to move it at all. Hey guys, what's your problem? The deep fat... Oh, we'll go there. You say, then notice their disapproving stares. That is, avast ye scurvy swabs! What seems to be the barnacles on your keel? We just had the worst trip we've ever been on, says one pirate. This here be the pirate vessel Sloop John B. We just want to go home, but we can't seem to hoist up the John B's sails or see how the mainsail's set. What, you mean you can't raise the sails on your own ship? Well, lad, we're short-handed. The poor cook has fits, the first mate's drunk, and all of us were drinking all night last night. Any chance you could help us? You haul the rope until the Jan B's sails are hoisted. You see that the mainsail's set, and call the captain so the pirates can go home. Alright. To the deep fat fryers. Okay. Alright, let's take a look at what we got here. So, in this copse, we've got the dark heart of the woods, the dark elbow of the woods, the deep fat friar's gate, the friars themselves, and the neck of the woods. What about these? Oh, wait a sec. Hold on a second. I'm outside of Spooky Raven at last. And you know what that means. I kind of want to also do the dungeon. Oh yeah, we got to make sure we do the daily. Oh, we got to do the daily. Hold on. Oh, I wasn't supposed to pop up. This is what I was doing. There we go. Well. Wait, hold on. No, wait. Miscellaneous? Ah, here it is. Cool. Thank you. Awesome. Do I have any spleen left today? I will tomorrow. I think I might still have some. Where is it? Where is it? Ah, there we go. Ah, okay. There it goes. Okay, yeah, we have read this one. They changed the names and the words and things, and you know. Oh, that's it for toxins. Alright, let me just throw down funk. The funk gives really good stats, so, you know, we'll use that. Okay, I think that's it. We're done. So, let's do our daily. Wait, not this. There it is. I actually really want to do more of the Dungeons of Doom now that I can identify what all it is in. And I want to do these, but we'll do the deep fat fryers. Good money. How do they give you monies? There we go. Suntan lotion of absolute garbage. A clutch of dodecapede eggs. Adventure, adventure. Adventure. Oh, you sell them. Oh, okay. I was like, you eat something and then it gives you meat somehow. That's weird. Ow. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take this sewing kit now. All I need left is a bendy straw from an archfiend. To reveal the ways of the hidden temple. Okay. Well, we've got 90 left. Where to begin? Let's talk to them. Please, adventurer, help us. We're performing a ritual at our infernal gate, and Brother Starfish dropped the butter knife. All of the infernal creatures escaped our grasp and have tainted our grove. Please clean the taint. Collect the 3 items necessary to perform the ritual that will banish the fiends back to their own realm. Scavenger hunt. Is anyone surprised? Hellion. I don't need to heal. I can heal in combat. Okay, actually, I'm kind of beaten up. I should probably rest. There. A pimp. This imp is styling. He advances towards you, tossing his cane from hand to hand. And then he goes splat. Actually, let's check out the gate. Doesn't really have all the necessary elements. Okay, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. A wimp! He tries to limp-wristedly slap you, but you firm-wristedly block him. Oh my gosh. He's decided he's tired of being a wimp and takes a few muscle-bound supplements. He pounds you with his newly enlarged arms. A 98-pound weakling no more. Critical hit! You take 1 damage. Alright, I should just do the frost damage on everything here. Charged atom of infernium. It's larger than you might think, and deadlier. How do we do it? Quaint and curious volume. You stumble into a clearing, Really, you should watch where you're stepping and see one of the deep fat friars reading a most peculiar book. It seems to be bound in human flesh with a screaming face on the cover of it. I mean an actual literal screaming face, not a picture of a face that looks like it's screaming. Right. Klaatu Varata Niktu. Grab book. Oh, I see. Okay. I do fire and ice. So I find. You stumble into the clear. Yeah, right. Hey, what do you got there? It's an ancient volume of imp lore. Nah! The book says. Stop reading that, I implore you. That's got to be dangerous, and I need someone to help me find a missing artifact anyway. Don't worry. Oh, don't worry. You can't suck me into Hades unless I forget to keep absolutely focused on the book at all times and not get involved with pointless conversations. The friar disappears into the book, leaving his wallet behind. You quickly change your name to Victor, and to Victor go the spoils. Then change your name back and continue the search. Take the book. You can't leave something like that lying around. You see a bunch of imp tracks leading in the same direction. You follow them and find a massive crowd of imps. They're waving signs and slogans like, Hades is for imps, equal pay for equal torture, and Hades no, we won't go. Why don't you want to go to Hades? What's going on, you guys? You ask, and nearby imp puts down his sign and walks over. We're going on strike. We're tired of being treated like second-class demons just because we're small. We're striking until Satan gives in to our terms. Aren't you worried he'll crush you like bugs? No, not if we stick together. As long as we have imp unity, there's no way we can be punished. Besides, we just found an artifact that the friar stole from us ages ago. As long as we have that artifact safely tucked away in a clearing in the middle of the dark neck, we're unstoppable. Here, wear this to show your solidarity with our struggle. You thank the imp and head off to find where they've hidden the friar's artifact. Okay, it's an accessory. Adds a little bit of hot damage to my spells. But I think I might need to equip it so that I can be like, oh, I'm totally part of your impiness. I don't need these extreme mittens anymore. Okay, where is it? There. Okay, now if that's important, I have it equipped. Excuse me, I'm wearing a imp solidarity. You, me, no, we gotta fight. Oh, fine. You're not very good at this solidarity thing, are you? Aha! You find a small clearing in the dark neck of the woods. In the middle of the clearing, hiding in plain sight, is the dodecagram. That must be the artifact the imp was talking about. And it must also be one of the missing components of the friar's spell. You grab it, feeling only slightly guilty at dooming the imp's strike effort. I mean, it's not like they'd refrain from torturing you for all eternity just because you helped them out. But I've got one of their rings. I'm part of their movement. Really? Okay. You search the dark heart of the woods. You're somewhat in the dark left ventricle at the moment. You almost trip over a little imp who's carrying a big plate of hot wings. Hey, watch where you're going, you big undamned galoot. Sorry, where are you going with those wings? I'm having a party with my fellow imps at our secret treasure stash. We just stole something from those tubby friars, and I can't wait to show it off. I'll bet you didn't really steal it from the friars. Prove it, you say craftily. No way, loser, the imp says and leaps away, dropping the plate of wings. He pauses just long enough to moon you before vanishing into the brush. Well, it appears you reach an impasse. The wings got all dirty when he dropped them, but the plate looks interesting. You pocket it, or you sack it since it's too big to pocket. An offhand item that damages attacking opponents. Okay, G-Imp. He giggles in a way you're not entirely comfortable with. With which you're not entirely comfortable. Another one of these. Oh! You see a trail of hot wing sauce on the ground and follow it into a hole at the bottom of a huge hollow tree. You step inside and find two breathtaking things. The first is that you're standing in a gigantic imp load. A huge treasure cache filled with meat, rare items, and even hard-to-get familiar larvae. Well, don't just take the meat. Leave that. Get the rare items and larvae. A second breathtaking thing is that an imp just punched you in the stomach. Hey, undamned one! Imps only! Now that you know where it is, we have to send it back to Hades. He holds up his hands, and you see he's holding a box of birthday candles. He makes a complicated gesture with both hands, and reality starts to warp. The imp load begins to collapse in on itself, folding out of this dimension. You manage to grab some meat before it vanishes entirely, but soon you're left standing in a little clearing where the imp load was. Even worse, the imp of the birthday candles is nowhere to be seen. Game's just teasing with me. Oh, hey, look, fallen archfiend. I need your straw. This thing used to be an archfiend until it failed in its evil duties and was cast down, or up, or let's call it sideways. Cast sideways? Does that mean that we're on the same level as Hades? This isn't up or down. This is... Oh, demon skin. Okay. Still not got a bendy straw from one. You finally catch up to the candle-carrying imp, who is presumably a card-carrying imp as well, and snatch the candles out of his greedy little talons. He's greedy when I'm stealing his stuff? Hey, those are mine! If some imp told you that, the imp lied. These belong to Deep Fat Friars, and I'm taking them back. No little minion is going to keep me from an awesome reward I'm sure to get for finishing the quest. Or not an awesome reward. We won't know. Oh, good. Heavy-duty bendy straw. All right. Go back to Dakota with the items he wants. Not yet. We got to go to the elbow. The golden arches would combine into a McDonald's logo. I'm a demon ninja. Allow me to demonstrate the myriad of ways in which I can whoop your... cold damage! Oh, hey, a heated katana blade. Vitamin G pill. Deep Imp Act. The puns. You tiptoe through the threatening underbrush in the dark elbow of the woods, leaving no stone unturned or turn unstoned. Yes, I throw rocks at the turns in the road as you search for the friar's lost artifact. You're looking so hard, in fact, that you trip over a little imp, sitting by the side of the path. He's holding a little wooden cup and contriving to look as pathetic as possible. Hey there, Governor. Spare a few meat for a down-on-his luck imp. I can't walk since I broke both my legs in one of Satan's infernal sack races. You reach into your wallet, then stop. Wait a minute. I'm wise to your imp act, and it shall have no impact on me. I've seen plenty of limps making an honest living by beating the stuffing out of adventurers. Anyway, I don't have time for this. I need to find some magical artifact some tubby losers lost in here. Well, I know what you're looking for, and I'll tell you who took it, and I'll give you some of my imp ale. If you'll just use that tree branch to scratch inside my cast for me. The itching is driving me crazy. You agree to the dark creature's nefarious terms, and he tells you that one of his fellow imps, an artist by trade, stole the artifact. You thank the limp, pocket the ales, and head off to look for an imp in a beret. Oh, straight from the finest brewery in Hades. Imp ale offers full-bodied flavor internal damnation, and just a touch of hops. And it's a crappy beer. Crappy. Oh well. Imp art, some wisdom. You step into the clearing and see an imp with a beret, sculpting a giant replica of Satan out of a block of butter. Yes, the Dark Lord will be pleased by the likeness I have rendered, and he will be doubly pleased when I feed it to a bunch of lactose-intolerant damned souls. How fortunate I was to steal this butter knife from those stupid friars. Aha! Impart unto me that knife, imp artist. Hey, Mr. Punch. Unfortunately, the little jerk squeals, grips the knife tightly, and runs away on his stubby little imp legs before you can catch him. You give chase, pausing only to lick the sculpture. Delicious, refreshing butter. Okay. I can't imagine someone just licking a stick of butter, much less a statue of... Oh, there we go. The Eldritch butter knife. You finally catch up with the artist. He tries to stab you with the butter knife, but since you're not made of butter, are you? It has little effect. Hand it over, creep. I'm getting impatient. That's not funny, the imp says, glumly handing you the knife. I'll never finish my butter sculpture. Oh, well, it would have melted in Hades anyway. Maybe I'll just make Satan a clay ashtray for his birthday. We've got all the ritual ingredients. I guess we should go ahead and do this now. Wait, let's talk to them. You place the dodecagram on the ground at the center of the circle of stones. You light the box of candles and place them in a circle. You wave the eldritch butter knife to and fro. The infernal creatures who tainted the friar's cop stream back to the gate, hooting and shrieking. Oh, I doubt it. I bet I could find more imps if I ran around. Oh, wow, no. Oh, wow, they permanently altered the forest. All three regions are gone now. The deep fat friars approach you and speak. How would I have gotten the bendy straw if I hadn't gone out of my way to get it before doing this? Truly, you are the master of cleansing taint. We'll be sure to let the council know that you've made good on their promise to help. You might be interested to know that Brother Marx has been trying to figure out where in Hades all these creatures came from. He checked out several tomes of arcane knowledge from the local library, you know, the one across the street from the sleazy back alley, and poured through them until he found the solution. If only he had poured a bit more quickly, we would know the library, thousands of meats and finds. Anyway, Brother Marx discovered that we opened our portal directly above Hades' biggest city, Pandemonium. It was recently named #1 in Hades' weekly Best Places to be Eternally Damned list. All of the downwardly mobile imps and demons live there, including Azazel, one of the archdukes of Hades. Incidentally, one of the limps dropped a copy of Hades' weekly as he was leaving. The lead story says that Azazel is missing some vitally important personal possessions. Somebody probably stole them. That's one of the hazards living among creatures of pure evil, you know. The article says he's offering a reward for their return. It's up to you if you want to get involved. We're going to stay the Hades away from this gate from now on. Oh, and listen, don't be a stranger. Drop by and visit us. And maybe get a blessing. We're good at blessings. Well, first, I need to go over here. Dakota. No, not Bart Ender. Though there is more to explore in there still. No. Oh, there he is. Ah, right there. Okay. Ah, good. That's everything. He rolls the pellet of plant food between his fingers, stretching it out slightly, and pushes a needle through it. Then stuffs them into the end of the bendy straw. He puts the straw in his mouth and carefully aims to the top of the cliff with one eye squeezed shut. And then he makes a slight adjustment to the straw's bend and aims again. With a puff of air, he fires the makeshift blow dart into the top of the cliff, where it hits a cluster of small vines. The vines immediately swell and thicken, lengthening until they reach the ground. "Thanks, kid," Dakota says. He jumps up and starts climbing the vines hand over hand. "You're a real peach. Hey, what about payment? I'll give you your own footnote in my article for the Loathing Journal of Archaeology." I never told him my name. Make a note of the temple's location on my map. Jerk. I hope he gets killed by pygmies or something. Alright, we've got the hidden temple. Is it going to be a Nickelodeon place? We've still got 3 fat friars. We've got so many places to explore. And so little adventure left in us. Plus 30% food drops from monsters. Alright. The Corsican's Blessing. Is it piracy? Plus 2 familiar experience per combat. You've been blessed by Brother Corsican, and you and your familiar now share a very special bond, which you feel your familiar feels, and vice versa. You'd better hope your familiar isn't in heat, because that has the potential to get really uncomfortable really quickly. Brother Smothers. The resident booze hound. Your nose has been covered with a pattern of blotchy red spots, which conveys the ability to detect booze at great distances, even as far away as that liquor store over on Allison Road. 30% booze drop from monsters. There's an alternate quest to the Spooky Forest quest. Alright. Alright. Into the gate, I suppose. Whoa. Moaning Panda Square? Well, it's Pandemonium. Oh my gosh, it's Pandemonium. Hades Arena. Comedy clubs. Slums. And the big old temple. Oh, okay. After arriving in... I don't know what to do with that spooky sapling still. After arriving in Pandemonium, you walk into Azazel's temple, as it is the largest and most dangerous-looking building you can see. It's your basic evil hellish demon dwelling. The decorative motifs include blood, pulsating skin, flames, and the occasional throw rug to add some visual interest. Azazel hovers over his throne. Then why have a throne at all? Hey, we're just gonna hover anyway. Why do you need the chair? He looks like a rip in reality that's full of red glowing eyes and razor-sharp teeth. So, he says in a burbly, mucusy whisper, which I'm not even going to attempt. I hear you're looking for my misplaced talismans of evil power. I trust you would not dare enter this monument of eternal pain unless you had completed that quest. So, you must have all 3 of my talismans, yes? Yes! I left them in the coat check. I'll just pop out and get them because I totally have them. I'll just be right back. Yeah, you should probably look for those talismans before going back in there. Oh, okay. But we're here now. Try to decide. I'm gonna go to the slums first. Oh, hey, look, more fallen archfiends. You're nothing. Nothing. Pink slime. Okay, so this is where they went instead of being in the necks of the woods and stuff. They're all here. Highway to Hades. As you approach the Fat Friar's Gate, you see something curious on the ground. I thought it was in the slums. Turns out to be a caterpillar. Hey, check out this map I just found. I'm curious as to whether you'd like to take it. Would you? Apparently I did. A note in the margin, scrawled in blood, reads, "Woe betide ye who enters here without suitable music for our dark lord." Okay, alright. Well, just over here. Just miscellaneous. And, I don't hear any good music. That's not a good sign. Satan then grabs you by the pants and neck and forcibly ejects you from Hades. Good music? What do you mean? I'm not an accordion thief. I can't make music. Maybe it's in here. Talk to or go backstage. You know, let's just continue doing the slums for now. See if anything interesting pops up. I mean, aside from the map. I'll give it a few more. Then we should go over all this great stuff I've been picking up. Alright, let's go ahead and try the music area. Well, let's go to Moaning Panda Square. As you walk through the deserted Moaning Panda Square, a shadowy figure in a trench coat steps out from behind one of the many roaring panda statues. He starts to open his trench coat, and you start to avert your eyes. Then you breathe a sigh of relief as you see that he is wearing pants, and that inside the trench coat it's lined with merchandise for sale. Hey, buddy. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth, of taste, and the finest merchandise this side of the river Styx. Want to buy a watch, or a nice new wallet, or an ancient talisman of unspeakable evil? No. Yes. How much do you want for the talisman? Meat? We don't trade in meat here in Hades. We trade in sin here. I'll hand over this talisman in exchange for proof that you beat up 5 imps at Belilaf's and 5 demons at the Eternal Rackets concert. Deal? How do I find you again? Oh, I'll be around. Anytime there's violence and pain, I'll be around. Well, now that was unsettling. Hey, you look smarter than the average groupie. Maybe you can help me out. Respectfully, I'm the new manager of the Infernal Rackets, and we're supposed to be on stage right now. They won't go on. Respectfully, they're complaining that the venue isn't meeting the requirements of their rider, and they won't perform until they're met. Even worse, they won't let me look at the rider, and they won't tell me exactly what they're missing, and they won't even tell me which of them is which. I think you can help respectfully. Let me guess, they wanted you to remove all the brown M&Ms from their M&M bowl. Alright, here's what I've been able to find out so far. All 4 band members are craving something. One wants something white, one wants something soft, one wants something sweet, and someone wants... Oh, I've got your booze covered, man. All 4 band members hate something another member's craving. Okay, the band members' names are Bognart, Stinkface, Flagworm, and Jim. One is a bassist, a guitar, a drummer, and a singer. You should probably go talk to the band's roadies, hang around groupies, band-aids, and sluts. Respectfully. Okay, we appear to have a puzzle. White, Come on, pen. Function. There we go. White. Soft. Sweet. Booze. Bognort. Stink face. Flarg worm. These names do not help me tell who's looking for what. Jim. Bass. Guitar. Drums. Singing. All right. There we go. Backstage. An incubus dripping with ink. This is one of the demon scribes of Hades. His saliva is black ink and his tail is sharpened so he can use it as a pen. Traditionally, incubi write on the flayed and tan skin of the damned. Nowadays, though, they usually use spray on tan, so most of Hades' books are a weird shade of orange. I might not have enough adventures to finish this all. Serial bus. Even though his fellow demons, the scholarly incubus and the tragically inept succubus, are better known, the serial bus is one of the most deadly of Hades' inhabitants. His tail ends in some kind of horrible receptacle into which any number of devices can be plugged, all the better to torment the souls of the damned. And also to warm up a coffee cup, spin a little fan, or make a little plastic dog appear to hump something. Really, the possibilities are endless. He plugs a miniature laser gun into his tail, but he doesn't have enough power to do any real damage. Inkdukes. Well, so much one of the most deadly demons in Hades. Basest impulses. You stumble into a green room where the band is having a meeting. They're so busy arguing that they don't look up as you come in. One of the bandmates is yelling at another, "What I'm saying is, your looks are becoming an issue. You're supposed to be the skeletal bassist, and I'm supposed to be the comically obese guitar player. And you keep horking down sweets like you're doing, and you're going to be fatter than me by the end of the tour. I can't help it. I just crave sweets, man. You should try some of this sponge cake. It's nice and squishy." The guitarist snorts derisively. Who ever heard of a band with a bassist craves sweets? And besides, I hate squishy things, so you can take your cake and shove it. Just don't shove it in your mouth. Yeah? Well, who ever heard of a band with a guitarist hates soft things? The bassist returns and tosses the cake over his shoulder. You pick it up and leave the room before you're spotted, or possibly striped. Okay, we have a ton of information here. None of these names scream skeletal to me. This doesn't help me identify their names. But we know that we've got a bassist and a guitarist. So we're going to put love on one side and hate on the other. Okay. Soft is guitar. Sweet love is bass. Alright, it's a start. Actually, that's it. That's all I get. Alright, fine. Well, we have sponge cake, which would be both sweet and soft now. This demon aspires to be the legendary seducer of the innocent, the succubus. but she's really, really bad at it. She clomps up to you, throws an arm around your shoulders, and shouts, "Hey, do you live around here often? Well, enough small talk. Let's bump uglies!" You're less than seduced, which means she's less than thrilled, which means you're less than unlikely to get into a fight. You walk into one of the dimly lit green rooms backstage and see a succubus reclining on a couch inside. She's holding a teddy bear and trying to pose seductively, but she just looks like she has a crink in her neck. "There you are, lover. Wait, you're not Bognort." "Oh, well, I guess you'll do." No, I'm looking for Bognort, too. He's the drummer, right? The one who really likes soft things?" "Are you sure you're supposed to be back here?" "Bognort isn't the drummer, and he craves something white. Just get out of here if you don't want to lie down with me." She chucks her teddy bear at you. You catch it and hoof it out of the room before you have to endure any more inept come-ons from the succubus. Alright. Oh dear, this is a little bit, well, whatever. I'll just put a little arrow here and says, "Not Bognort." And Bognort wants something white. For whatever reason. Alright, so we've got Bognort on that side. Alright. Whoops. Stupid serial buses. Oh, hey, a bus pass. Ah, okay. You hear sobs coming from behind the door and open it to find what is possibly the world's filthiest bathroom. I don't know, that's a pretty high bar. There's a female imp curled up in a corner, crying. You're emotionally moved by the scene. You're sad because she sounds so heartbroken, and a little off-put because she's crying tears of blood. What's wrong? It's my boyfriend, Stinkface. You know, the lead singer of the Infernal Rackets? I found out that the goat cheese occurrence wanted him to trade me for a pillow. Wow, that's pretty terrible. I know, she says, her eyes shining. Can you imagine touring with the great goat cheese occurrence? It would have been awesome, but he just turned them down. He was all, Stinkface, the vocalist, does not crave things that are soft. And he knows I hate it when he talks about himself in the third person. The imp sighs and wipes away her bloody tears. Oh, well, at least the ghost cheese occurrence guy gave me the pillow he was going to trade. Want it? You accept the pillow and leave the bathroom, marveling at the crazy lives of rock bands and their band-aids. Alright. So, at least we have a definite on the singer. The singer is Stinkface, so I can draw a line between these two. And I can say... Okay, hates... Whoa, 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 whoa. That can't be right. Each one loves something different. And the guitar player... No, wait. The guitar player hates soft things, but now we've got a vocalist who also doesn't... Well, it does not crave, which is not the same as hate. Does not crave things which are soft. I'll just put not vocalist. Okay, alright. Okay, let me see. Ring of Conflict. The mighty ring of conflict is... When you wear this ring, it puts everyone around you on edge. You probably won't even notice because you've always got something on your face that nobody wants to tell you about. All the monsters you encounter while wearing this ring will be more interested in fighting each other than fighting you. Monsters will be less attracted to you. That would help quite a bit, actually. I'll go ahead and take this off and put that on. Where'd it go? There it is. Yeah. Okay, I can equip those too. Right, yeah, let's do that. Oh, tough call. I'll take off the lapel pin. Alright, let's see what happens. Whoa, Here, we'll just do this. You accidentally bump into someone in the dark hallways backstage and turn to apologize, but the demon you hit is already turning purple with rage. How dare you strike me? I'm in the band! Don't you know who I am? I'm Flagworm! No, I didn't know that. In fact, if you could just tell me what instrument you play and what you crave, I'll quit wandering back here, and that'd be awesome. I'm not talking to you as long as you have that marshmallow stuck to your foot. Flagworm hates the color white. There, you've made me so mad I started talking in third person again. You'd better watch your step around here. If, for example, you offered the drummer an alcoholic drink, he'd probably kill you. So you're saying the drummer hates booze? You pick the marshmallow off your foot and get away from Flagworm as quickly as you can. This also means that Flagworm is not the drummer. Got 27 adventures left. You find a door marked Gentleman and open it on the off chance that it contains one. The door bumps into a demon who's bent over a sink. The demon shouts in surprise, and there's a huge puff of white powder from him where his nose just was. You jerk! You made me blow all the sugar off my powdered donut. I ought to get my friend Jim in here and get you thrown out. I'm in the band, you know. Oh, right. He's the guitarist, right? What? Jim isn't the guitarist. Sorry. Look, I'll just give the donut to someone else in the band and get a new one, okay? Give it to the drummer. He's usually not picky about food, unless this drummer hates foods that are soft or something. Now I know you don't belong here. The drummer isn't the one who hates soft things. Everyone knows that. Now get out of here before I pelt you with these booze-soaked cherries. You stand there just long enough for him to throw a cherry at you, then you pocket it and walk away whistling. God, this particular interaction's a pain in the butt. Jim is not the guitarist. Not Jim. Okay. All right. The drummer doesn't hate soft things. Because the guitarist hates soft things. I don't even need to write that one down. Fine. Well. You see a couple roadies shooting craps and throwing dice in the corner. So you edge close to hear what they're saying. I'm telling you, rock stars, you just can't party like we could back in the old days. Like I offered Flogworm a swig out of my flask, and he muttered something about how he was climbing up these 12 steps and he needed to resist drinking booze. I told him he'd have more energy for resisting temptation if he'd lay off climbing steps all the time, and he just scowled at me. So what you're saying is, Flagworm isn't the one who craves booze? Exactly. Whoops, Snake Eyes. You gotta take off an item of clothing. You flee the scene before you have to see any naked roadie flesh. As you turn away, you knock over a bottle of gin and watch it seep into a stack of papers someone left nearby. Okay. Not Flargworm. Okay. That also makes Flargworm not the drummer. But we already know. Okay, that means that the drummer has to be Jim. Jim has to be the drummer. Wait. Maybe not. No, not necessarily. Let's wait. Let's wait. Let's not draw any conclusions until we have all the data. Muscle and mysticality points. Nice. Oh, I reached level 10 today, but I really want level 11. I'm running very low on adventures. We didn't run out of tips, did we? Hey, look, another commercial. Hey, buddy, that's a pretty nice game you're playing there, huh? Be a shame if anything were to happen to it, don't you think? Listen, let me make you an offer you can't refuse. Give us money and we'll give you a nice present as thanks. Plus, this game gets to keep its kneecaps. Everybody wins. Capiche? I have all the data. Oh, shit. I have all the data. I do? I definitely do? Crap. Really? I have to use... Alright. Oh, dear. I don't feel like there's enough here. Oh, boy. Oh! Oh, well, is that really it? Is that really all my data? Is this definitely it? These 6 details? So the only person I've got direct confirmation of is Stinkface as the vocalist. Alright, alright, alright. No, we know Bognort isn't the drummer. Jim isn't the guitarist. We know that Bognort loves the color white. He's not the drummer. He's either the guitarist or the bassist. could figure out what Flargworm is, I could confirm and completely knock this one out. Hold on, I'm going to organize everything that I know about Bognort. Alright. Bognort. Loves white. We don't know what he hates, unless he's the guitarist or the drummer. Well, he's not the drummer. He's not the drummer. That means that he either hates sweet things or soft things, depending on if he's the bassist or the guitar. That's the question. He's either the bassist or the guitarist, and that'll give me all the information on him. So, Bognort. Jim is not the guitarist. Let's see. Jim is not the guitarist. And the bassist craves sweet things. Okay, Bognort is the guitarist. Draw a line between these two. Alright, that nails that. What does he hate? Soft things. Alright, Bognort is squared away. Okay. So let's try next. Hold on while I draw a line through a few things now. Alright, let's do... Should I do Stinkface next? No, let's try, let's do Jim next. Okay, Jim is not the guitarist. I have no information on Jim. Never mind. Let us do... Flargworm. Drummer isn't the one who hates booze. Flargworm, or let's see, yeah, okay. Let's do Flargworm. I have enough data here. I think I can get him. Okay. So he doesn't crave booze. This means that he's not the drummer. Okay. Yep, that means that Jim is going to be the drummer, like I had speculated. So that makes Flargworm the bassist. Okay, and then that means he loves sweet things. And he hates the color white. Okay, that's 2 complete characters. If I can do Stinkface, and then I'll have Jim untangled. Just, yeah. Okay. Okay. Stinkface. We know that Stinkface is the singer. He doesn't crave soft, which means that he doesn't hate it either. That means not much, actually. And what do we have on Jim? Aside from knowing that he's the drummer? The drummer hates booze. Hold on. Okay, well, if the drummer hates booze, then that means that Stinkface has to, hate the one thing no one else hates. Soft, white, booze. So he has to hate sweet? Now, he hates sweet. Okay, if you hate booze, you won't take booze, Jim. That means that by process of elimination, you have to love soft, which means that Stinkface has to love booze. Okay. Okay, what am I still missing? That's it. That's it. That's complete. That's every single piece. That's every single piece of data. Okay, let's see if I got this right or if everything's horribly wrong. All right, let's start with Flagworm. You're the bassist who loves sweet things and hates white. Oh, you hate the color white. Ugh. Isn't sponge cake white? It's also soft. Isn't sponge cake white? How can you love sweet things and hate white with this particular set? This is a delicious wodge of sponge cake, soft to the touch and sweet to the taste. It's the most delicious dessert named after a cleaning product ever. If you don't count my patent no-bake bleach bites. Just kidding. You can soak your bread in water, and you can soak your bread in wine, but please don't soak your cake in bleach. Doesn't say anything about color. You toss the sponge cake to Flagworm. He catches it in his mouth and devours it in one bite. Sweet, bro. That was totally sweet, but not too white. Just like I like my woman. I can feel the sugar high coming, bro. I'm ready to shred some bass. All right, every single thing that I predicted about him was correct. Bognart, you want something that's white. Oh, but you hate soft things. See, the marshmallow is soft. All right, let's see. There are always those brave souls for whom the mere drinking of alcohol is too inefficient or unexciting, and they're always trying to think of new ways to get booze in their system. Those are the brave souls who snort, inhale, or make suppositories out of materials. Usually those people are to be avoided. This time, however, they may be onto something. This is an absorbent, brilliantly white piece of paper soaked in gin. The wood pulp will help distribute the alcohol into your system, and you can use it to write down phone numbers, should one be proffered. Counts as a decent booze? Sounds like a crappy, terrible one to me. Alright, there go. Okay. White. No, he doesn't. No, it's a drummer who hates booze. I glanced up at here and went, white? And then, yeah, no. Okay, loves white, hates soft. This should do. Oh, cool! Look how white this paper is. It's not soft at all. Plus there's booze in it, so bonus! He scarfs down the paper, then sticks out his forked tongue while making devil horns with one talon. I'm strapping on my axe, man. Let's rock! Okay, correct on all points again. Stinkface, our singer who hates sweets but loves booze. Well, I mean, a cherry might be considered sweet. You love booze, so, a cherry that has spent most of its post-picking life being pickled in a jar of grain alcohol. It's sweet and packs a boozy wallop. No, it's gotta be the beer-scented teddy bear for him. This is a nice soft teddy bear that smells like beer. It's not clear whether it came from the factory this way, or if the smell was applied by the bear's owner. Recovers MP. You toss the teddy bear's stink face. He catches it, turns it over cautiously, then buries his face in it. This is awesome, dude! It's got all the booze I crave and no stupid sweet taste to mess it up. Good job. I'm ready to rock the mic. Alright, every single thing. I got them all correct. Every detail. Okay, you love soft, but hate booze. I mean, either of these should work in that case. Really. I think the comfy pillow is more fitting, though. It's a nice, soft pillow. Not a dirty pillow, either. It's freshly cleaned and dazzlingly white. If you dream that you're eating a giant marshmallow, you'll probably wake up to find this gone, provided you're in a place where people steal your pillow while you're asleep. Okay. You hate booze, you love soft, and you're the drummer, right? You toss the pillow to Jim. He buries his head in it, spearing it with a horn, and sighs happily. Then he holds up his drumsticks and clicks them together, shouting, 1, 2, 3, 4. Thanks, Sven says respectfully. You really pulled my ass out of the fire. Here, take this as your reward. Insomuch as we're all playthings of the Lord of Hades, this is specifically a plaything of Azazel, one of the archdukes of the underworld. It's a cute plush unicorn full of joy and joyness. Its cheery smile and golden horn are like a mountain of candy for the soul. Cannot be traded or discarded. Quest item. Whew. I think I'm gonna call it here for today. I've got 12 adventures left. We'll save them for tomorrow. We've got more of this tomorrow. Not to mention, I want to go into that roguelike dungeon some more. There's so many things and directions and places and stuff I want to explore. But I've had enough for tonight. It's late. Oh my gosh, it's 5:40 a.m. So I'm done. Until next time and every time, this is Hadriex signing off. Bye.